Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. And today we are back with another match preview, this time for Manchester United versus Burnley. Now, of course, there will be a watch along for this game. The stream will start at 7:45 with kickoff at 8:15. So be there or be square. But moving on to the actual preview for this game. Manchester United, of course, coming to this game having just drew 1-0 to Newcastle United in what was probably our worst performance, even back in the Ollie days. It was horrific. And I think there's clear flaws with this new system that Ralf Rangnick is trying to play. And we'll get onto that more when we go into the actual team. Manchester United, look, we sit 7th in the Premier League. We have picked up 11 points from our last 15. So it's not terrible. That's not great still. Burnley sitting 18th. With 4 points from the last 15. However, that 18th place is very much a false position. Burnley have only played 15 games this season. And you look at the other teams in this league, they've played 17 to 19 games. So, Burnley have missed about 4 games of football. So, once they've played all them, you expect them to be a little bit higher in the table. Maybe a little bit more mid-table than what they currently are. So, while they are 18th, you can't treat them like a 18th place side because they're not really. Plus, I mean, Manchester United have struggled this season against those teams lower in the table. Look at Newcastle, like I said, we drew 1-0. Look at Norwich, we only just beat them 1-0 thanks to a penalty. So we have to be our very best to beat this Burnley team who, while look, they're not amazing, I think they're better than they were last season. I think Chris Wood and Maxwell Cornet have built a nice little combination and partnership together. And I mean, Burnley are certainly helped by the fact they haven't played games for a while. Their last game was a 0-0 draw against West Ham. And that was multiple game weeks ago. But due to their opposition getting COVID a lot of the time, they've just had so many games off. So they've just been training, not had games. So they're going to be fully fit and fresh for this game. And they're going to go into this game thinking, we can get something against this lot. And they're right, they can. Because we've shown we're not the best still at beating low blocks, at beating these smaller and weaker sides. So Burnley are going to come into this game believing they can get something, and why should they not? Manchester United, like I said, we drew with Newcastle in our last game, so we're not going into this game in any good form at all, really. If we're going into team news, luckily, like I said, Maxwell Cornet and Chris Wood are forming a good partnership in my opinion. Chris Wood might be without his strike partner in Maxwell Cornet, who is currently 50-50 whether he'll play due to a thigh injury. And obviously Ashley Barnes, who's been out for a lot of this season, is also out with a thigh injury. When it comes to Manchester United, Victor Lindelof is out due to COVID. Obviously, he missed being able to play in our last game. Bruno Fernandes is suspended for this game, while Pogba, of course, still has his thigh injury. Which means we've ended up calling back Eric Bailly, who was planning on going off to AFCON early. He's been called back. Now, moving on to the team, I think Ralf Rangnick will play today. So I think he will stick with David De Gea in goal. Dalot, Varane, Maguire and Telles, I think, will be the back four. When it comes to Maguire, should he be dropped? Probably. But, obviously, Lindelof's out. Bailly, is he going to be... Obviously, he should be back. Is he fit? I'm not sure. I think he will stick with Maguire. I think Fred and McTominay, look, they're safe in midfield, aren't they? They're not going to get dropped. Are they in good form? No, but I think they will be stuck by Ralf Rangnick. Obviously, Bruno's out, so Donny van der Beek takes that place on the left-hand side where he's been playing. Sancho on the right. I don't know why he got dropped in the last game. Came on, was much better than Greenwood and Rashford. So surely he takes his place back on that right-hand side. And I think he goes Ronaldo and Cavani. I think we've seen since Ralf Rangnick's come in, he's tried to play Rashford or a Greenwood alongside Ronaldo, and it's not worked. I think when you play two up top, you need somebody who's willing to play with their back to goal and kind of drop into that number 10 role and kind of get the ball to feet and let Ronaldo then sort of play off of him. Both Rashford and Greenwood can't do that. If it's either Cavani or Anthony Martial. And I think you go with Cavani. He played fantastic when he came on against Newcastle. And he does do that. I'll leave a link to a thread I made on Twitter on my personal account. So, there you go. And it kind of goes into the difference between when Cavani came on to what Greenwood was doing. And it's night and day. And it's so important we have someone who will drop into that number 10 role rather than just try and make the runs in behind every time, like we see with Greenwood or Rashford, to make the difference. And I think that we'll start playing a lot better in this 4-2-2 if we do have someone like a Cavani that will do that. If we move into my team, I've gone for the same goalkeeper in David De Gea. He has to play. He's been absolutely magnificent this season for us. Kept us in a top 6 race, really, let alone what we should be doing and looking to aspire to be. And that's in not just a top 4 race, a title race. I've actually then gone with Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw back in the team. I think that defence just needs ripping up. Again, against Newcastle, it was horrific. Dalot was torn apart by whether it's St. Maximin or at the end it was Murphy, getting absolutely torn apart. Yes, he got an assist, but defensively he was all over the place, and I think Burnley going to cause us a lot of issues as well. Luke Shaw, I think Telles has had his go. I think these two deserve a place in the team, or at least a go in the team. They haven't had it since Ralph Rangnick's come in, so I want to see them two playing with Varane and Maguire at centre back. Look, you can't just have to try and hope Maguire gets back fit. I'm not sure if what's going on with Eric Bailly, really. If Bailly's back, do you play him? You probably do, to be honest. But I think he will stick with Maguire, and that's kind of why I've just thrown him in anyway. Matic and then Van der Beek in that too. I'm fed up of seeing Fred and McTominay. They're not good enough. We don't control games with Fred and McTominay, so what's the point of having them? You might as well throw Matic and Van der Beek. How much worse can they be? We don't control games anyway. At least these two players will look to try and control games and can pass the ball and do have a very good relationship with each other. Sancho out on the right. Anthony Martial on the left. Yes, it looks like he's going to leave, but Rashford's been awful. I don't want to play Mason Greenwood because I don't think he suits this team at all unless you're playing him in the Cristiano Ronaldo role. And I think Anthony Martial, he has what we need in this sort of game. He will work down that left-hand side. He is good on the ball. He will hold the ball up. He is good interchanging with plays. Great passer. He got it all. And I think he deserves a chance on that left-hand side. Cavani and Ronaldo up top, obviously. I think maybe you could move a Van der Beek out onto that left-hand side, and then you'd move Martial up top instead of Cavani or a Ronaldo. But I think this team is the team I would go for. Get all of the quality players in that know how to actually play football rather than just the hoofball that we continuously see. Like I said, obviously Bruno Fernandes cannot play due to suspension. And I think in a way that might be a bit of a positive because I think he needed dropping. And while obviously he can't play this game, so it's almost as if he has been dropped without actually having to drop him, which I think is a big, big positive. Now, just about this game. It's a must win, isn't it? We have to win. We have to see a response from that last game against Newcastle. It was horrific. It was totally, totally horrific. We have to see a response. And I think a lot of these players deserve a chance, really. I think you look at that team. De Gea has been fantastic this season. Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw deserve a chance under Ralph Rangnick. Varane, Maguire needs to improve from last game. Van der Beek and Matic deserve a chance under the new manager. I think Sancho's been very good under Ralph. I think Martial and Cavani, they deserve a chance. I think Cavani's been somewhat given a chance and has taken it. I think Martial deserves a chance. And Ronaldo, you don't drop Ronaldo. He's been arguably our best player this season after David De Gea. You keep him, you give him a chance, he's going to score it. Let's just actually have a team that is built around trying to create chances rather than just knocking the ball over the top like we've seen so often this season. Do I think we're going to beat Burnley? I don't know, to be honest. I think it's a game we do lose, and historically we do lose, and historically we do struggle in. I think we will struggle today because I think we're going to see more of a team like the one I believe Ralph Rangnick will go with than the team I think we should go with. And I think that team is full of players that aren't good enough, are overrated, in the players like Fred and McTominay who aren't good enough. I think Dalot and Telles are overrated. I think they're alright. I don't think they're anything special. I think they're the same players that let us down against Newcastle, and they'll let us down again today. And to be honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if we don't see a Donny van der Beek or a Cavani and we still see a Rashford. And if we see a Rashford, I think we'll lose. That's how seriously, I think Rashford cannot play today. He's been dreadful. Utterly, utterly dreadful. And if he plays today, I think we'll lose. But I don't think he will. And I think we're going to win it. I'm going to go 2-0. David De Gea keep a clean sheet. I think we might score a bit of a jammy goal and then just get a late second goal to kind of secure all 3 points. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Now, if you did enjoy this video and preview, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Let me know your predictions down below, and I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.